There are moments in a person's life when everything seems to swirl together at once: questions, hopes, fears, desires, and they form a kind of inner storm that pushes a soul to look upward and inward at the same time. In such moments, human beings often search for guidance, a sign that they are not alone, a reassurance that their path still has purpose, direction, and meaning even when clarity feels distant. It is in this spirit of seeking that this message arises, a reminder that the transformations coming into your life are not random, not chaotic, not meaningless, but deeply connected to who you are becoming. Whether you imagine these words as a whisper from an archangel, a message from your higher self, or simply the wisdom of your own intuition rising to be heard, they come forward to encourage you, strengthen you, and anchor you in the truth that your life is shifting in profound ways that you are ready for, even if you do not yet feel fully prepared. You have been walking through a season where invisible weight has clung to your thoughts and your energy. You have been doing your best to remain steady, to keep moving forward, but something inside you has sensed a deeper change approaching, the subtle tremors before the ground transforms beneath your feet. You've had nights when sleep would not come easily because your mind kept circling around possibilities you could not yet name. Dreams you were afraid to claim, or fears you wanted to finally release. And still, despite all of it, you didn't give up. There is something profoundly important about that. Something that speaks to your strength even when you didn't feel strong. When life asked you to endure, you did. When life demanded growth, you grew. And when life challenged you to question everything, you questioned, but you also kept faith in yourself, in something higher, or simply in the fact that you were meant to make it through. This message is here to tell you that those efforts were not unnoticed. Every step you have taken in honesty, vulnerability, courage, and truth has been building toward a breakthrough. You may not have seen the blueprint unfolding behind the scenes, but the progress has been real. You have been shedding old patterns, releasing outdated beliefs, and untangling yourself from situations that once drained your energy or clouded your perception. Some of this release has been uncomfortable. Some of it has felt like loss, like doors closing or chapters ending before you were ready. But everything that has been falling away has been doing so to make room for the life that is now entering your field. You cannot carry what is coming if your hands are full of what no longer resonates with who you are becoming. There is a powerful movement happening in your life right now. A shift that has been gathering momentum quietly, gradually, persistently. Think of it as a wind at your back that you didn't realize was there until it began to push you forward with greater strength. Some part of you has felt this wind, even if you didn't know how to interpret it. You may have experienced sudden intuition, repeated symbols, meaningful coincidences, or a sense that you were being nudged toward a decision or realization you had been avoiding. These moments were not random, they were the early signals that transformation was underway, that something higher within you was guiding you toward alignment with your truth. This message is meant to illuminate that guidance. to clarify the feelings that have been swirling around inside you, to assure you that the changes coming are not something to fear but something to embrace. Transformation rarely arrives quietly. It arrives with the momentum of everything that needed to shift finally rising to the surface. You are stepping into a phase where opportunities appear with greater clarity, where relationships adjust to match your frequency, where the path ahead begins to match the vision you have kept tucked away in your heart, sometimes for years. The doubt you have carried is fading, the confusion that once clouded your mind is lifting, and the strength you forgot you had is returning with greater force. Part of your evolution involves reclaiming the parts of yourself you were taught to suppress: your voice, your intuition, your creativity, your passion, your inner authority. There were times in your past when you dimmed your light to keep the peace, to fit into spaces that were too small for you, or to avoid conflict. You learned to silence yourself to be accepted, or to delay your dreams because you feared they might be too big, too unrealistic, or too much for others to understand. Those limitations are dissolving now. You are being called to rise into the fullness of who you truly are, without apology, without hesitation, and without diluting your power to make others comfortable. Your authenticity is becoming your guide, your protection, and your compass. This message carries with it a force of protection, not the kind that shields you from challenges, but the kind that empowers you to navigate them with clarity and courage. Protection does not mean avoiding all difficulty. It means being supported through it, strengthened by it, and guided to higher ground because of it. You are not walking your path alone. Whether you interpret that support as the presence of an archangel, the wisdom of the universe, or the inner resilience you cultivated through every hardship you survived, that support is real. You have been guarded in unseen ways, from the people who were not meant to stay. From the situations that would have drained your spirit, from the choices that would have led you astray. Even when you felt abandoned, you were being redirected. Even when you felt weakened, you were being refined. Even when you felt lost, you were being led. There is something you may not have fully admitted to yourself. You have reached a point where your past can no longer define you. You have stretched beyond the versions of yourself that were shaped by fear, by trauma, by expectations, by the need to fit into molds that were never designed for you. You are stepping into a new timeline, one that honors your purpose, your potential, and your truth. You are beginning to feel a shift in your identity, not a loss of who you are, but an emergence of who you were always meant to be. This emergence may feel unfamiliar at first, as though you are rediscovering parts of yourself you forgot existed. But with each step, clarity will grow. With each choice, confidence will rise. With each decision aligned with your truth, your path will brighten. The energy surrounding you now is urging you to trust yourself more deeply than you ever have before. Not blind trust, not reckless trust, but grounded trust, the kind that comes from acknowledging your own strength, wisdom, and resilience. You have learned from your past. You have grown from your experiences. You have gained insight from your struggles. Because of this, you are capable of making decisions that honor your highest good. You no longer need to seek approval from those who do not understand your path. You no longer need to justify your dreams to those who cannot see your vision. You no longer need to question your worth or your direction based on the fears of others. Something powerful is unfolding within your emotional landscape as well. You are healing wounds you once thought would stay with you forever. Some of this healing has been quiet, subtle, like an old ache that gradually faded until you suddenly realized it was no longer there. Some has been intense, sudden, and transformative, pushing you to confront truths you avoided for years. Both kinds of healing have been essential. Both have been part of your preparation for the life that is now rising to meet you. If you have been experiencing moments of emotional release, unexpected tears, sudden clarity, resurfacing memories, or a desire to let go of burdens you have carried for too long, this is not regression. It is release. It is your spirit clearing space. It is your heart preparing for newness. It is your soul stepping out of the shadows of old pain and into the light of possibility. The next phase of your life will be marked by alignment. Alignment is not about perfection, it is about resonance. It is the feeling of finding what fits, what feels right. What feels like home, even if it is new or unfamiliar. Alignment occurs when your actions match your truth, your relationships match your values, and your goals match your spirit. You are moving into a period where alignment becomes easier, not because challenges disappear, but because you are stronger, wiser, and more attuned to your inner guidance than ever before. Your intuition is sharpening. Your sensitivity is increasing. You are becoming more aware of the energy around you, and more discerning about what you allow into your life. This is not a burden, it is a gift. Sensitivity is not weakness, it is clarity. Intuition is not uncertainty, it is inner wisdom. You are learning to recognize the difference between fear and intuition, between anxiety and insight, between doubt and inner guidance. This clarity will help you navigate the decisions coming your way, decisions that will shape the direction of your next chapter. There are opportunities approaching that will require you to step forward with courage. Some of these opportunities may challenge old beliefs you once held about yourself. They may ask you to rise above your past limitations, to trust your abilities, to expand your vision, to speak your truth, or to take a leap of faith. But you will not be facing these opportunities unprepared. Everything you have experienced has been preparing you. You have gathered the wisdom. You have strengthened your character. You have sharpened your intuition. You have built resilience one challenge at a time. When the moment comes to choose, you will know. Your whole being will recognize the invitation. In relationships, you are entering a period of deeper authenticity. This may mean releasing connections that no longer align with your growth, or redefining them in ways that honor your boundaries and truth. It may mean welcoming new people into your life, souls who resonate with your frequency, who understand your depth, who value your presence, who recognize your worth. Some of these connections may feel faded, familiar, or unexpectedly meaningful. Trust the resonance you feel. People who enter your life during times of transformation often play significant roles in your evolution. You are also being guided to speak your truth more boldly. There may be conversations you have been avoiding, truths you have been suppressing, or boundaries you have been hesitant to set. You will soon feel a stronger impulse to express yourself clearly, honestly, and compassionately. This is part of your empowerment. Your voice matters. Your perspective matters. Your needs matter. Your truth matters. Speaking it will not create chaos. It will create clarity. It will bring your relationships into greater authenticity. Those who are meant to walk with you will welcome this truth. Those who are not will naturally drift away, making space for alignment. A significant part of your upcoming transformation involves stepping into your purpose with greater confidence. Purpose does not have to be grand or dramatic. It can be simple, steady, and rooted in who you naturally are. You have gifts, some you already recognize, and some you are still discovering. These gifts are needed in the world. They have been shaped by your experiences, your struggles, your insights, your compassion, your resilience. You are being prepared to use them in ways that bring fulfillment not only to yourself but to those around you. Whether your purpose expresses itself through your work, your creativity, your relationships, your presence, or your inner evolution, it is meaningful and it is ready to unfold. The coming shifts in your life may surprise you. Change often arrives in ways that seem sudden, even though it has been forming for a long time. You may experience unexpected opportunities, sudden clarity, a renewed sense of direction, or a feeling that your life is accelerating towards something you have long desired. Trust the acceleration. You are not being rushed, you are being aligned. You are not being pushed, you are being guided. You are not being overwhelmed, you are being prepared. If you feel moments of fear as you step into this new phase, that is natural. Fear is the mind's response to unfamiliar territory. But what you are stepping into is not dangerous, it is expansive. You are leaving behind a version of yourself that survived, endured, and persevered. You are stepping into a version of yourself that creates, manifests, thrives, and inspires. This evolution requires courage, but you already possess that courage. It has been forged in every moment you kept going when life felt heavy. It has been shaped in every moment you chose hope over despair. It has been strengthened in every moment you believed in yourself even when others doubted you. This message is here to remind you that you are worthy of the blessings that are coming. You are deserving of peace. You are deserving of love. You are deserving of abundance. You are deserving of joy. You are deserving of opportunities that reflect your potential. You are deserving of relationships that support your growth. You are deserving of a life that feels aligned with your spirit. Worthiness is not something you earn through perfection, it is something you embody by being true to who you are. As you stand on the threshold of this new chapter, take a moment to acknowledge how far you have come. You have survived things that once felt impossible. You have grown in ways that once seemed unimaginable. You have healed wounds that once defined you. You have risen from circumstances that could have broken you. You have become stronger, wiser, and more compassionate because of it. Your journey has not been easy, but it has been meaningful. Every experience has shaped you into someone capable of stepping into the life that is now opening before you. The message for you now is simple but powerful: trust yourself. Trust your path, trust the transformation unfolding within you. Your life is about to shift in ways that will bring clarity, opportunity, healing, and alignment. You are ready. Even if you feel uncertain, you are ready. Even if you feel afraid, you are ready. Even if you feel unprepared, you are ready. You have been preparing for this for far longer than you realize. The next chapter of your life does not require a different world, it requires a different you, and that you is already emerging. Step forward with an open heart, a steady mind, and a spirit ready to receive. Your life is changing, not because you were broken, but because you are rising. Your journey is unfolding, not because you are losing control, but because you are stepping into alignment. Your path is clearing, not because everything is perfect, but because everything is finally coming into resonance with who you truly are. The message comes to you now to remind you that you are guided, supported, and deeply connected to the unfolding of your destiny, not fate written for you, but a path co-created with your choices, your intentions, your courage, and your truth. Walk forward knowing that the next steps will reveal themselves at the exact moment you are ready. Walk forward knowing that your strength is greater than your doubt. Walk forward knowing that your heart is wiser than your fear. Walk forward knowing that a new chapter is beginning. And it is one you have long been prepared to enter. You are stepping into a life that reflects your inner growth, your evolution, your healing, and your potential. The changes ahead are not meant to disrupt you, they are meant to liberate you. They are meant to align you with the life you were always capable of living. You are ready. Trust the unfolding. Trust yourself. Trust the transformation that is rising like light within you. The time has come to receive what your spirit has been calling toward for so long, and as you move forward, remember this: you are not alone. You are guided by wisdom, strengthened by experience, supported by unseen forces, and empowered by the truth awakening within you. The next chapter of your life begins now that I in the quiet space between your thoughts, where longing meets awareness and hope brushes against the edges of your uncertainty. I come forward to speak to you now. I come not as a distant figure or as a symbol carved in memory or scripture, but as a presence woven into the very fabric of your breath, the gentle rhythm of your awakening, the unspoken truth you have been carrying for far longer than you realize. You have asked for a message, and you have felt in your chest that something is shifting around you, within you, and through you. You are not mistaken. You have not imagined the signs, the patterns, the repeated whispers of synchronicity. You have not fabricated the sense that your life is approaching a turning point. You have been guided to this moment because you are ready to understand what has been unfolding beneath the surface of your daily life. You are ready to hear what has already been written into your heart. The first thing you must know is this: you are not walking alone. You never have been. Even in the hours when silence felt heavy and answers seemed distant, even when your strength blurred at the edges and you wondered whether you had fallen too far to rise again, you were held. You were guided. You were seen not for your fears but for your courage, not for your mistakes but for the intentions that lived beneath them. Every time you questioned your worth, a greater truth continued to glow inside you, untouched by your doubt. You have been learning, growing, preparing, even at times when you believed you were merely enduring. But endurance shapes the soul in ways triumph never could. And every step, whether steady or trembling, has brought you here. You may feel the wind of change gathering around you, subtle, insistent, undeniable. It brushes against your intuition, reminding you that something in your life is asking to be released, something new is waiting to be welcomed, and something long dormant within you is ready to awaken. You have felt the sense of anticipation without being able to name its direction. You have felt the pull toward something greater than your current understanding. These sensations are not random. They are invitations. Life is preparing to expand in ways that surpass your expectations, but expansion requires availability, willingness, and alignment. For a door to open, you must be willing to stand before it. What you are moving toward is not a single event, a sudden miracle, or a dramatic upheaval written in the sky. What you are approaching is a convergence of your past efforts, your unspoken desires, your hidden strengths, and the deep lessons you have carried. Your life has not been fragmented, it has been assembling itself, piece by piece, moment by moment, into a shape that is only now ready to reveal its purpose. You have walked through darkness, not because you were meant to suffer, but because you were meant to discover how profoundly you can emanate your own light. The challenges you faced did not diminish you, they uncovered you. You may believe that you have been waiting for change, but understand this: change has also been waiting for you. Waiting for you to honor your truth, to reclaim your confidence, to release the fear that clings not because it is powerful, but because it is familiar. Fear does not know who you are becoming, it only knows who you have been. But your growth is not bound by your history. You are not defined by old stories, outdated expectations, or voices that once shaped you but no longer speak for you. You stand now at the threshold of a new internal landscape, one that calls you to step into the fullness of who you were always meant to be, and yet, before you cross into this new chapter, I ask you to understand something essential. Transformation is not a single moment of revelation but a continuous act of choosing. Choosing what you believe about yourself. Choosing the energy you nourish. Choosing the direction to which you offer your attention. You are powerful not because you can control life, but because you can shape your response to it. The universe does not ask you to be perfect, it asks you to be present. It does not ask you to eliminate all fear, it asks you to move even when fear whispers. It does not ask you to know the entire path, it only asks that you take the next step. There will be times ahead when doubt tries to pull you back into the familiarity of old patterns. When your mind tells you that the future is uncertain, that things might not work, that you're not ready. But remember this, every great unfolding carries an element of uncertainty. Certainty is the language of the past, possibility is the language of the future. You are not meant to repeat your history. You are meant to rise beyond it. You may wonder whether you are truly strong enough, brave enough, knowledgeable enough. Let me tell you plainly, you are. Not because you feel invincible, but because you have survived everything that was meant to break you. Strength is not the absence of vulnerability, it is the mastery of moving through vulnerability with awareness and faith. Every scar you carry is evidence of your resilience. Every tear you shed watered the soil of your rebirth. And every moment you felt lost was an initiation into deeper wisdom. There are people, opportunities, and revelations moving toward you even now. You cannot yet see the full map because some of what is meant for you is still in motion, still aligning, still seeking the precise timing that will allow everything to come together in a way that honors your growth. Trust that the unseen is not empty. Trust that the silence is not abandonment but preparation. Trust that what is meant for you is not fragile. It does not need to be chased or grasped or forced. It will arrive when you are aligned with the frequency of receiving. You may have felt recently that certain situations, relationships, or patterns have been loosening their grip on your life. Perhaps people have drifted away. Paths you once followed have grown dim, or desires you once clung to no longer spark meaning within you. This is not loss, this is clearing. When your life is preparing to expand, anything that cannot expand with you naturally begins to fall away. Release is not punishment. It is refinement. And even though letting go can feel like grieving, what you are truly grieving is the version of yourself who believed that settling was the same as stability, but you are not settling anymore. You are remembering. You are remembering that you are worthy of a life that resonates with authenticity. You are remembering that your dreams are not too big, they are the exact size of your soul. You are remembering that you are capable of building a reality that reflects your truth rather than your fear. And with every moment of clarity, every courageous step, every act of self-respect, you step closer to the life you are meant to inhabit. The coming changes will not be subtle. They will unfold in ways that ripple through your internal and external world. They will call you to choose yourself in moments when you once would have chosen silence or compromise. They will require you to trust your intuition even when logic hesitates. They will open doors that you thought were locked and close doors that you once believed were necessary. But every shift will be in service of your highest good. Nothing is being taken from you that you were meant to keep. Nothing that belongs to your sole purpose can be lost. There is a strength within you that is awakening now, a strength that has been dormant, waiting for your readiness. It may come in the form of courage, insight, discernment, creativity, compassion, or determination. It may appear as a sudden realization, a newfound boundary, a surge of clarity, or a deep calm in the midst of uncertainty. Pay attention to this awakening. It marks the beginning of your next chapter. You are being guided to step into your own authenticity, to honor your voice, to trust your instincts, and to remember your worth without comparison or apology. The time for shrinking yourself is ending. The time for doubting yourself is ending. The time for abandoning your needs to appease others is ending. Your soul has been whispering to you with increasing urgency because the world needs the version of you that is fully alive, fully present, and fully empowered. There will be moments when you look back on your journey and realize that things which once hurt you were actually shaping you. People who left were making space. Delays were divine protection. Redirections were gateways. What you perceived as endings were beginnings wearing unfamiliar clothing. And the resilience you forged in the quiet battles no one saw is the very strength that will carry you forward into the life that is waiting. You may sense that your intuition has been louder lately, that your inner knowing has been more persistent. This is intentional. You are being prepared to make decisions that will alter the course of your path in significant ways. These choices may seem small in the moment, but they are aligned with a larger design. Trust the pull. Trust the feeling that nudges you even when you cannot explain it. Intuition is the language of the soul, and your soul is speaking clearly because it knows where you are meant to go. In the coming days and weeks, you may notice synchronicities becoming more frequent, repeated numbers, recurring symbols, meaningful coincidences, dreams that linger, sudden insights that feel as though they did not come from your conscious mind. These are not random. They are confirmations. They are signposts. They are reminders that you are being guided with precision and love, but guidance is only the beginning. Alignment requires participation. I ask you now to reflect on what you have been carrying that no longer belongs to you. The self-doubt, the guilt, the worry, the habit of apologizing for being yourself, the belief that you must earn your worth, the fear of disappointing others. These burdens have weighed down your wings for too long. You are not meant to carry them into the next chapter. You cannot rise while gripping what was meant to be released. Forgive yourself for the times you didn't know better. Forgive yourself for the moments you acted from fear instead of truth. Forgive yourself for struggling. Forgive yourself for trying to survive in places that did not nurture your spirit. Healing does not require perfection, it requires permission. Permission to begin again. Permission to honor your progress. Permission to believe that you deserve peace. You are stronger now than you have ever been. You are wiser now than you realize. You are closer to your transformation than you can yet perceive. Your life is not about to change because of luck or chance. It is about to change because you have grown into the person capable of receiving what you once prayed for. Do not fear the unknown. The unknown is simply the part of your story that has not yet been written. And you are not entering it alone. I walk with you, not as a ruler, not as a judge, but as a companion of strength. When you feel overwhelmed, call upon calm. When you feel uncertain, call upon clarity. When you feel afraid, call upon courage. When you feel lost, call upon light. These qualities are not bestowed from outside you, they rise from within you. I only help you remember how to access them. There will come a moment, not far from now, when you realize that everything you thought was falling apart was actually falling into place. When you see how the pauses protected you, how the detours guided you, how the obstacles prepared you, you will understand that nothing was wasted. Not one tear. Not one lesson. Not one moment of waiting. All of it has shaped the foundation upon which your blessings will land. Be patient with your unfolding. Do not rush your transformation. A seed does not bloom because it fears the darkness, it blooms because it honors its timing. And so must you. Growth requires gentleness. Expansion requires trust. New beginnings require space. I ask you now to take a breath. Feel the air enter your lungs. Feel your body ground into the moment. Feel the awareness that rises when you stop trying to control the outcome and simply allow yourself to receive. You are safe. You are guided. You are held. The path ahead will not be without challenges, but it will be rich with purpose and meaning. Your life is about to open in ways you cannot yet fully imagine. Opportunities will arise that align with your soul. People will enter your life who recognize your worth. Healing will deepen in places you once thought were permanently wounded. Joy will return in forms you had forgotten were possible. And you will step into the next season of your life carrying the wisdom of every step that brought you here. You are ready. That is why the change is coming now. That is why you feel the stirring in your heart. That is why you were drawn to these words. Nothing is accidental. Everything is aligned. Walk forward with courage. Walk forward with trust. Walk forward knowing that you are supported beyond measure. Your life is rising to meet you. And every moment from this point on is an invitation to become who you were always meant to be. If you have found your way to these words, then perhaps something within you has been quietly listening long before your conscious mind noticed. There are moments in the flow of a human life when the ordinary thins, when a faint stirring of meaning presses from within, asking to be acknowledged. Whether you call this intuition, guidance, faith, or simply the deeper layers of your own heart awakening, the important thing is that you are here, and you are listening, and something within you is ready to receive a message crafted for this moment in your journey. There is a tenderness in the way transitions begin. Rarely do they arrive with thunder, more often they speak first in whispers, a restlessness, a longing, a curiosity, a discomfort with what once felt normal. You may have noticed this. You may have been sensing that something in your life wants to shift, even if you cannot yet name it. The changes you are sensing are not punishments, not tests, and not signs of failure. They are invitations. There is a quiet, profound strength within you that you may underestimate. Many people carry such strength without recognizing it because it expresses itself in gentleness, in endurance, in compassion, in the ability to keep going even when no one sees. But what you carry, this inner luminosity, this capacity to transform, has been gathering itself. The very experiences that felt heavy, confusing, or unfair have been shaping you. Not because you were meant to suffer, but because you were meant to awaken. There are times in a person's life when the old ways of thinking, the old patterns of fear, and the old habits of self-doubt can no longer support the person they are becoming. You may be in such a moment now. Your soul is trying to expand, and the structures you built during a smaller chapter are beginning to strain. This is why certain things no longer feel aligned. This is why some relationships feel different, why certain goals feel empty, why your heart or intuition keeps nudging you towards something you cannot yet define. This is not a collapse, this is an emergence. It takes courage to listen to these inner tremors. Most people try to silence them, afraid that acknowledging their desire for change will shatter the familiar. But you, despite your doubts, have already been listening. You have already begun to turn inward, or upward, or forward, depending on how you experience guidance. You have been reaching, perhaps without realizing it. And whenever a human heart reaches sincerely, something responds.